So welcome to the channel. This is Hunter 2321, and this content today is to help you see the unboxing, and then later next video will be the assembly of a Cobra 4 sewing machine. Enjoy. Welcome back to the channel, Hunter 2324. I'm in the process of putting together my Cobra 4, which is on the pallet. And I'm a disabled individual, so I have to wait until certain things are right. So it's been a little while since I've posted up, but today we're gonna get it assembled in my work area. Right now, of course, it's sitting here in the garage in a small space, so that in my opinion, as you watch this video, you can, you can see what a guy with no space does. I mean, a lot of the assembly of the Cobra 4 sewing machine, a lot of those guys have big spaces, and that's fine, but I don't have that. And also, I got one arm and not this one, so I'm kind of limited, but I'm gonna give this a try. I've done a lot of preparation, as you've seen in the previous videos, for a lift and all the rest. So today it gets into the work office. So here we go. The first thing is, I left off where the delivery, roadside, house side delivery, and here's my bill of lading that my consignee copy. And you always want to hang on to these because it's important to be able to show what exactly happened with your shipment. So the first thing we're going to do is get this shrink wrap off of here, and we'll continue. So in taking the shrink wrap off, it's pretty easy to see that things have been laid on here in such a way that you can cut it open without damaging anything on the inside. And so, as someone who's purchasing equipment, that's pretty important that you can get what you've purchased home and installed with minimal amount of impact to the product. So things come in boxes. This carton is left empty intentional. That's so that if something crowns this thing, it doesn't hurt anything. So you'll have potentially one of those in your shipment. The first thing on top for the Cobra 4 in my configuration is the work table. And because of my disability, the work table is important. So I'm going to keep moving things off screen, headed for the office space. Now, as you can see, my limited space in the garage here has left me just a little bit, I don't call it hamstrung, but cut your shipping bins, get them out of the way. If you lay these on the floor and they stand up like this, you'll step on them and then they'll fold, and you will hurt your ankle. So make sure they're cleaned up, mopped up, and out of the way. Okay, so we got boxes here. We have a cover box that sits on top of the sewing machine mount table, and it's also, you know, it's the top of your mounting, and it doesn't serve any purpose except provide you with extra cardboard for other things you might want to do. So at this point, you can see that you need a Phillips driver to disconnect the base from the pallet. So we'll do that next. So having acquired my driver with Phillips head, pick the corners out of this protective cardboard box. Pull your screws out, packing material out. Okay, once you get this part, the floor taken apart, the thread tree is loose in here, but is connected with the tie wrap. And by the way, if you cut this off the right way, you can reuse it, but didn't do that. So there's my thread tree ready to install on the machine. And this box are some goodies. The number one goodie in here is the casters and a bag. So you're going to need those next, at least in the way that I am putting the machine together. So here is my first opportunity to put the caster in. Open up the bag. Oh, by the way, because of my disability, I asked for the machine to come with these feet to lower the machine as much as possible. And so these are only going to be on the machine for a little while, enough to move the base to where it belongs. You may or may not need that option, but I did. So the first thing you notice is that these rotate, and if you lock them, they don't. And that's a big clue to getting these feet tight. So you gotta get your machine where you can, I don't think you can see me. To start that over. Okay, so I'm moving this around, and on the pallet, on the cardboard, and I'm going to try to remember you have your servo motor, your drawer, and the controller underneath of this side right here. So you want to be careful. Now for me, because this is my garage. There's lots of hazards around. And one of the things I could do, which I will do, is I can set an object down here to help me lower the table on its side without impacting the servo motor controller, or the drawer. Now you can see me. Good. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I don't make second takes. So you get what you get first time around. So you can see now with the wheel locked, I'm able to use the actual wheel to get these nuts, otherwise it would just spin. So I'll lock them. There's a leveling nut on these, and I'm not going to need them later on when I put this thing down on its leather pads. But again, you can see that because the wheel is locked, I'm able to move that around and tighten it up. So then I got to spin it around, do the opposite. And a little bit of dust on things, but so I'm going to lift it back up here, and then I'm going to spin it around. Ooh. Okay, so wow. So this is a little hard to do. I want to get it over here so I can tip it back, and in the meantime try not to kill myself or my children. Okay, that's a wee bit better. You can see that I'm using the cardboard from shipping to keep things under control. Boy. Okay, so I'm gonna not do that because it's too heavy with one arm. So I'm gonna get down here. Oh man. Okay, got it. Okay, I got 3 of them on there now. And noting that if I tip it over this way, the face of the servo motor controller is going to be in the dirt. And I want to be careful with that. So I'll take out the last wheel. And again, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but the table saw a little shove, blocks of wood a little shove. kerosene for the wood heater, for the winter heater. All I'm trying to do is to get that corner up in the air so I can screw the wheel in. It may seem a bit crazy to film this, but if you're in a confined space, so to speak, you're going to want to have somebody else's experience in your belt, and that'd be me. So now I seem to have some space. Give this thing a flip and not break. Okay, so now I'm on the ground again, and spinning on the wheel. Okay, so I have the basic stand assembled, and now I'm going to move it over into the shop, and I'm not going to show you that part. And then I'm going to take open the box that has the actual sewing head in it, and we'll go from there. All right, here we are. So I hope this content's been helpful for you, and as always, if this content is something you like, please punch that like button, subscribe. I'm going to be putting out videos more often, and so that helps my channel grow. Hunter2321, and as always, people accepted, lives changed.